Let's eat some pizza. Oh, is this even connected? Yes, it is, right? Well, if somebody, when you get here, please let me know. Hang on, I can't. I'm really bad at talking and doing. I'm either able to speak and not do anything else, or do other stuff and don't try and communicate. So I'm trying to open pizza box, talk about me opening the pizza box. When you get here, please let me know that there's audio, because I am on a new phone handset. So there should be zero problems with getting, hello, can you hear me? Oh, yes, I'm having pizza and I'm just looking for people to chat with while I have my pizza. And I have indeed got a gluten-free pizza from Domino's, not because I'm allergic to gluten that I know of. Well, I know I'm certainly not allergic to it. But I don't get on brilliantly with wheat. But Domino's keep all their ingredients a secret, so all I know is it's gluten-free. Actually, no, I think I do know that it's wheat-free. I think I do. I think. I don't know. This is what it looks like. And it's now like actually about 20 minutes out of the oven, so I'm a little less enthusiastic about eating it than I was before. Let me try and hear myself. So how are you doing? I can see one person's here and I appreciate you very much. Now the thing with this size is that it's not like, I think either it goes on a plate with a knife and fork or just fold it in half, and that's what I did last time. And I had the margarita. The Domino's margarita is double cheese already, so that's a bonus. And it was just really good, and I was just so surprised because Subway's gluten-free bread is so bad. Like, it's so bad. Okay, well I was able to resume this now. That really upset me. I just got thrown off my own live, like, just went blop like that. I just watched the screen just go suck itself out. Alright, so I'm gonna eat pizza, man. I mean, I would have started this stream again. Fucking hair. I really actually would have started this stream again, to be honest. Oh, hi. Right, I'm not going to fiddle with my hair, but I think it would be great if I had a hairband and just tied the whole lot back so I wouldn't fiddle with it. And I'm getting my roots done next Friday. Hello. Thanks for the thumbs. I really like getting likes. But really often, like, I'll get like 4 likes on a stream and then the next morning I've got 1 or none. Are you ready? I want you to actually see the pizza. What is this called when a pizza's like, there's a name for it, right? I've got so much range of motion, it's ridiculous. This is New Yorker, but with olives. Why the New Yorker doesn't have olives on it does not make any sense. And then when they gave me the pizza, they said, "You've ordered olives, are you allergic to anything?" And I went, I didn't really understand. They kept asking me after I paid for and was collecting the pizza if I was allergic, just because I'd added olives, so it's so bizarre. Apparently you're not supposed to customize. You don't need all this information. Even me, I'm like, it's not called a folded pizza. It has a special name, right? When you get them in somewhere like I can't think of the place. Maybe it's Pizza Express or somewhere, and it's folded in half. But usually it has more of a fat. It looks a bit like a pasty, like a Cornish pasty, but obviously bigger. And not a Cornish pasty, but so. Glenn Maxwell is doing their testimony on Monday. That's really soon. And according to what the internet told me, it's not televised. It's completely secret testimony, which actually feels like probably unfair to her that it's being done behind closed doors. Like, I think it should be made public. Retro Trader 73. Do you upload videos? This pizza is really sweet compared to just cheese and tomato, but I'm a fan. I'm a real fan of it. It's so nice. And also when you collect, it's like half the price, so. So this was £6, which I think is probably like the cheapest meal I'd be able to get in Hertford, I would have thought. I had a really bad night last night. Like, I'm really so amazed at how it turned around through the course of today. Because last night, oh my gosh. It was really difficult. I didn't think my situation, like, my perception, how I was feeling, and especially the physical aspect, I didn't think it was going to change. I felt like it was like a forever thing. And then it did completely turn around by, sort of say, between, when I went out, basically, so not immediately, but I went out probably 11:30 this morning, and then came back in, I think, around 3 p.m, 3:30 p.m, and in that space of time, everything, like how I felt, perception, all sorts, was just turned on its head. But I mean, I did spend probably 8 to 10 hours feeling physically tortured, so on top of arthritis, on top of everything, endo, but it's at the same time like remission. Do I have a lonely heart with me? Saturday night, 9 p.m. UK. This extra fat. Omid Jalili. I live next door to the theatre in Hertford, and Omid Jalili was playing here on the 25th of January, and the date just sailed past me. I didn't notice. I hadn't planned on going. I mean, I would have gone, but I never even got around to looking to see how much the tickets were. So I never went to see that, because I think Omid's new stand up is really good. And he's an actor that's played he's played Royal Variety, some big Hollywood movies, so it's always good to go and see somebody like that performing, because there's so much to learn from them. I would just enjoy watching the comedian or whoever, an actor, an artist in there, who's reaching their peak. They're peaking. I didn't go. In fact, I haven't been to the theatre since it's been redeveloped. I mean, I've been inside, obviously, but I haven't actually been an audience member. Oh, my spine. Me spinal bifida. I say that to myself. I'm out, but oh, my spinal bifida. As in, my spinal difficulties, not my spinal bifida. My spinal bifida, obviously. These live streams are so weird, like talking to myself, nobody's speaking back to me. That person's politely left, that's cool. I'm talking to myself. Good evening. I don't have a link for you to call in. Say something in the comments and I'll respond. Yeah. How you doing? How you doing? Huh? Hello. I'm okay, thank you. Whoa, all of a sudden, 21 people. Pizza, pizza. Oh, thank you so much. You're so beautiful. Good morning. Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon. Who's praying for Ghislaine Maxwell, who's doing her testimony on Monday? Who's praying for Ghislaine? Say the right thing at the right time to the right people. To hell with them, Ghislaine. Yes, I am British. English British. I don't know what you mean by has a subscription. Where are you guys from? Probably from all over. I can't read your name. I'm a quiet one. Oh, your Grace. I love that name. Is that a difficult name? Surely that's the easiest name ever. Grace. It must be difficult for you to get in trouble. So that's really all that was on my mind. It's just Ghislaine. Thank you for the likes. Ghislaine is doing her is it called a getting consonants round the wrong way here is going to be a despotism. Hi, Rosie. I have some very young subscribers. I think at least 2 very young subscribers, and sometimes I think some of my live streams are more suited to children because I don't know, not all of them maybe, but hopefully some of them are suitable. Like, I don't know. Subbed! But you've ruined my perfect score, Rosie, because I had 888 subscribers. Congrats on being 14, my love. Congrats. You only got about another 5 years, is it, till you're like all grown up. It's okay. I lose a lot of subscribers. Every week I seem to lose subscribers, so you have to keep subscribing. It is your birthday. Wowzers. Where are we? February the 7th? Congrats. I'm a mum, so I like children. And my English teacher, when I was at school, so when I was your age, my English teacher, she had a pencil case that I'm sure you can still get these. There used to be a lot of them, and there'd just be a plastic thing, and it would say, I heart, ... whatever it would be. I love ... And she had a pencil case like this, but I don't recall what it was. I heart ... And she was like, just touching the pencil case, like thinking, and she said, I love children. And then she said something like that she didn't think she could get a pencil case that said I heart kids. I think she may have said, I mean, this was like 30 years ago, because I'm in my mid-40s, so literally 30 years ago. But I just always remember her saying this. Something about, I heart children, I love children, but I can't put that on my pencil case. And there was no doubt in my mind that she meant it. Like, I didn't really understand the implications of what she was saying, but I knew she didn't mean it in a perverted way. I knew she didn't mean it in a sexual way, but I mean, I was a bit dozy at that age, actually. I started to smoke cannabis, well, hash, when I was like nearly 13. So I really highly strongly recommend that you never try smoking anything. Particularly not that. Just don't even, because you can't try smoking a thing like nicotine, for example. Unbeknownst to you, you're kind of entering into a contract to do it thereon after, always, like maybe once a day, and then it'll be twice a day, and then it'll be 3 times, and then you'll start buying packets. So do not try. Same with vaporizers, like nicotine vapes. You no need to try them, and you cannot simply try them. So you don't need to. If someone's smoking near you, you will smell it, so it's fine. But with cannabis or hash, if you haven't, I highly recommend that you never ever do. You just consider it something that you don't need to try. And if you're like pre-prepared in your decisions before you're put in a serious situation where you're offered to do something and you haven't really thought about whether you will or you won't, I highly recommend that you just observe people who smoke cannabis or who smoke in general, and then like reflect upon that and ask yourself whether you're willing to risk, entering blindly into like a lifelong contract that you didn't expect to just continue doing a thing. Because I suppose once you've like shared a cigarette with a friend once, then you're going to do it again. So obviously you're not going to be hooked immediately, but once you've said yes once, you're more likely to go again and do it again, and you probably might not even want to say if you didn't like it or whatever, and you might like the dopamine hit, and then really pretty quickly you're hooked in, and it's like you never intended that when you tried it in the first place. But particularly with cannabis, because like you don't need to burn cannabis. It's like a plant, and you cook with it, and it's like a medicine for people who are really poorly, so it's absolutely not something you need to do. But let's say you happened to have cannabis, like the only safe way that you can do that is to grind it, put it, and literally have it like tea, And you can just keep refilling the cup with hot water and drinking it super slowly. And if you want, you could add a little bit of oil. Now, some people say that will do nothing, but those are the people that have been hard at smoking it for years. If you've never done it, or if you haven't done it in an extremely long time, doing it that way would be fine. And my best recommendation to you is have a lot of respect for these drugs. Prepare yourself for these eventual situations so that you know what you think about it first, and live and let live. But you know, it's not the correct way to take it. Same with cocaine. Cocaine is not supposed to be put up anybody's nose. It's a really effective antidepressant, but up your nose, end of story. Now, Gracie, I wasn't ignoring you because I did see that you said, can I ask you a question in all caps? Yeah, I don't think someone would say that in a sexual way as an English teacher, except for some pervs. I think, yeah, obviously what she was getting at was that if she had a pencil case that said, I heart children or I heart kids, that it would be misconstrued as a perversion. But I think the reason I didn't really understand what she was saying at the time was because back then in the mid-90s, like, we hadn't had the Me Too movement and all of this Epstein everything, so it was really unusual for people to discuss sexual assault or things like that. And there was a girl in the year above me, and she disclosed to somebody else that she was SA'd. I don't know any more details. And then I was told that she had told people that she was SA'd. And I was mortified, horrified. The thought of that scenario was awful, but she gave me every bit of confidence that I needed at that time to face the eventuality of having to disclose abuse to myself. Because even though I didn't recall very well at all what I'd been through, even by 11, 12, I knew that I had been SA'd. It took still many decades more to get into a place in myself when I was able to look at it, because it wasn't obviously a one-off incident. It was years of grooming and from very young. So I remember as much as I need to now. Can I ask you a question? Yeah, you was going to ask what days do I stream? I never have like set days like that I stream. I stream whenever I need to, or feel that I want to, or yeah. I'm on the cusp of getting some really urgently needed medical treatment soon. Like, it's not immediately soon, but soon I should have the means to be able to pay for it. And after I've recovered from surgery, maybe I'll be more organised about my streaming. But I don't think so, because I either stream because I feel like having chats with people like now, or I stream because I've been building up to like want to sort of present some kind of like more performance-based thing, which would usually be a bit shorter. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain, but it definitely, because I do improv, like obviously there's not like a set time, like, 7 p.m. on Tuesday I'm gonna go live. It's not to say that I couldn't do that in the future, but I'd certainly be hoping to do a bit more prepared stuff, and probably very much more offline after I get the medical care that I need. And yeah. I mean, would it be helpful for you, like, if I did have a night and a time, or a day or night that I streamed, like Tuesdays at 7, like I said, because, that's potentially I could do something like that as well, but only if it was like useful for other people, just as a way to grow my own audience, or it's not the reason. Like, if it was useful to somebody or some people, like, then I would do it for you, but not just for the purposes of growing subscribers. I wonder how much of outside you can hear from here. Probably not a lot, because these, I'm pretty sure, like, the mic on here is what is I'm speaking into. Are you going to ask me a question before while you reading? I was reading your comment. And also, I don't know if you're the only person commenting. All my fingers are very greasy. Top messages, all messages. There we go. Oh, yeah, you can ask me a question. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. You're going to ask if Rosie has gone. It's pretty difficult to see the screen. So maybe you guys are friends with the person who subscribed recently. Maybe that's how you found me, because you look similar ages. And honestly, you see, this is the thing. I didn't know whether to follow them back, because usually I follow back people that follow me. But there's so much sort of stigma now about interacting with young people if you're sort of over a certain age. Like, even following somebody's YouTube, they're uploading videos and, you know, but, I mean, that's too much division, you know, for it to be weird to follow somebody's YouTube because they're under a certain age and I'm over a certain age. I mean, but these are the things that live rent-free in my head. It's silly. I'll follow her. Them. I don't know what they are. What they are. Is the only thing with this pizza, it's nearly finished actually. Oopsie daisy. Is that oopsie daisy? Is that helpful, having somebody give their opinion about, you know, drugs, or giving a bit of advice? You know, it's like an auntie Shazvi advice, because I think I could have really done with that advice when I was younger. I mean, just anyone talking to me. It does look like a pasty. How do you call it? Greg Richard. Greg Richard. Hi. It is helpful, yeah. You see, that's what I was thinking. Like, I could do something like that regularly. Like, would there be, like, maybe if you were a teen as well, maybe actually like this sort of time on a Saturday night would be useful for you, because you're probably not likely to be gallivanting around the place. I mean, can you hear that man outside? Because I do know who it is, and that's why my face is like going like crazy. Yeah. I mean, or probably maybe, well, not any night. I mean, certainly for the longest time, I've been in most every Saturday night for forever now. I think it must be like 20 years, but if I was to do that, it would be really bad then if I didn't turn up one Saturday. It was not to say that I can't. I could always send a message earlier on in the day to say I'm going live tonight or not. So, I mean, I can pretty much commit to that at the moment. Like, I can stream on a Saturday, and around starting sometime between, what time do we start now? 9ish, and then I would let you know a few hours before whether I was going to go live or not on that Saturday. Yeah, I'll do a notification, but the focus of it will be some advices things, I suppose. But it does mean you will need to like encourage me with some, just one thing that you want me to speak on, because sorry, so distracting looking at myself while I'm streaming. So obviously I started speaking about smoking and nicotine and whatnot. You didn't bring that subject up, but I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot actually and be like, oh, you have to come up with a topic. You don't have to come up with any topics. But if there's anything that you wanted me to speak on, or yeah, you can always ask. Well, Gracie, you don't have to be here, but that's very sweet of you to say that you will try to be. Don't ever feel bad if you know, at some point, surely some Saturdays you do go out. Or you know what, as well, like you can always comment on my page under a post and say, will you be going live tonight for, we're going to call it something like Auntie Shazvi hour or something. Auntie Yashazvi. My niece calls me Auntie Yashazvi. Auntie Yashazvi. She's now, I think she's 16. No, she's the eldest. Yeah, 17. Do I play Roblox? No. But somebody, a young girl that I met about 5 years ago, she had a Roblox account. She was the daughter of my neighbour's son, and she was only about 10, I think. She was 10 at the time, and so I didn't see her very often. I only met her a number of times, like 3 or 4 times, but I think she was having problems with Roblox, like some predators, and I'm just really sorry that that's like that. It's I mean, that's probably not what you were guessing at when you asked me if I played it. I don't know what to do with it. I do know what the game you mean, obviously. And you're like, they throw down the blocks, don't they? They're like, and they're building things. And so if I've got this correctly, adults playing Roblox, or over 18s playing Roblox, are in many cases speaking to under 18s, befriending, private messaging, and then, how do we say this, overstepping the boundaries of normal human relationships like this. Or I don't fully understand how it's working, but I think that's how it's working. It's like private messaging and befriending, and then, inappropriate conversations and things, and sometimes leading to worse situations, like maybe I'm just off the top of my head, I'm guessing like requesting photos to be sent. I don't fully know what's going on there, but I do know that it's dangerous for young people, and it's just like awful, actually, that a game that's really designed for young people would be also dangerous. And what's worse is like the people that host the websites not doing anything about it. And I think YouTube Kids is like that as well. Like, do you not find it strange that you can't leave comments on YouTube Kids videos? Like, I would have thought that it would be a good idea to have a comment section. So, well, for a number of reasons. So primarily it's actually initially really it's the mum and the dad or whoever other people at home with the children, like, who need to not use who need to supervise children on the internet, like loads more. Like, if my daughter lived with me, because my daughter was adopted when she was in her first year, she wouldn't use the internet unsupervised until, I would say, she was like 15, probably. Then she would be allowed. And the other thing I would do with her is she would have limited time, which doesn't necessarily mean like a really short amount of time on the internet, but structured so that there's time to be online and then there's time where we're not online because we're doing other things. But after being online, we would journal together. So this is something that you could do, that I would recommend. You have a book, like one of your school books, and every time when you've been on the internet, I mean, I'm just trying to work this out so you can come up with your own way of doing it. But basically you journal what you were doing online. So it wouldn't just be like videos that you've watched, I suppose. It's like, and it doesn't have to be like loads and loads of writing, but it would be a way of keeping track of where you were, what you were doing. Did you listen to any music that you liked? In that case, you would write down what song it was and the artist's name. Did you watch any videos that interested you? In which case you would write that down in a little summary. It's a way of bookmarking, but literally like handwritten, so that it's not all in your phone and only in your phone. And then as well, like, because it's so easy to lose track of where you've been on the internet, and it just does. I don't think the memories get laid down really the same way as they do when we're physically interacting with the world. So I think journaling after being online is really important. I don't do it myself, but I would definitely say I've spent a fair amount of time studying and sort of learning and enjoying the internet for its capacity to educate, without the written track of where I was. Very, very little. What the words are. There's just no record of it to look back on, and I really truly believe like a written record of where I was online would have been so good to look back to, and especially if you've got like a specialist subject that you're learning about, you need to have your sources. You need to go where your references and your sources are. What are you guys saying? Truth Over Lies 1820 is called Gary. Actually, that's not your real name, is it? Sorry, I missed all these comments. Sounds good. Okay. We have a group which is very annoying for other people. We have a group which is very annoying for other people who are playing Roblox. And it's very annoying for us kids. We have a group which is very annoying. Oh, so you mean there's like an actual group of predators who are annoying you, kids, on Roblox? Is that right? Gary, I might put you in timeout if you're going, because this is Auntie Yashazvi's hour now, that's why. But if you did send an inappropriate thing, it would hashtag it. I don't know what that's referring to, because I missed all these when you were writing them. Oh, this guy is going to hide user on this channel. Wow, that was rude, wasn't it? My phone is on 8%. All right, if you need to plug it in, go and jot down in your diary where you were. At least one thing. At least you might be surprised how difficult it is to recall where you were online. But that would be good. While your phone is charging, jot down whatever it is that you need to jot down. Gracie says she has to run down to get her charger. Good luck. She needs a lot of luck for running past her brother. Something to do with rugby. Oh, my brother is in it. Okay. Oh, so there's like her brother has like a whole group of guys. Candy Corn says 10 minus 9 and left no presences, but you should look out for the people, for us kids. Yes, because I think it's gone too far, like, do you know what, sometimes it's so difficult, like, not hearing. In fact, for me, I'm quite handicapped, so there's quite a lot going on right now with all the people outside. She's got her charger and he tripped you up. Well done, you made it. And I put Gary, aka Truth Out of Lies, I hid him from the channel because of his comment, and he's been popping up in the chats for since 2 years. 2 years Gary's been commenting, and because that I considered his comments so rude, I've completely hid him. Different numbers. So how if the I'm really struggling with all this background noise. It's kind of, I can't, maybe I could move. Well, what do you guys think about the journaling idea? And does it sound scary if I say journaling? I mean, just writing down what you were doing, doodling, notes, you know, minimum really of like 5 minutes or a few minutes of writing, but you can spend as long as you want. I think it's essential to have not done it. I actually first found out that was recommended to me by somebody on YouTube, and I think it was 2016 at the time. And when I found out about it, I realised what a huge mistake I'd made in not doing it. And I'm a big believer that the habits you want to continue in your life, you need to begin them when you're quite young. So especially things like your morning routine and your evening routine. Oopsie daisy. Both on the physical level and spiritual as well. Or sort of relaxation things. So in other words, habits to do with what you spend the first hour of your day doing when you wake, and I don't know, maybe the last hour before you sleep. It depends what habits you want to build. So presumably you want habits that will make you stronger as time goes on. So, but I don't know if I would be able to like recommend a thing that would suit every single person. That seems a bit of a tall order. Why did I hide Gary? Whatever your name is, Sarah Rose, you do realise that every type of hair will lock, right? Afro, there is, if you please, could you Google dreadlocks across history and across cultures, and you will find that dreadlocks, in the same way that braiding hair exists across everywhere. It's got nothing to do with a person's skin colour. What you're doing is you're conflating Rastafarianism with dreadlocks. What you're actually doing is you think, as I'm white, I'm culturally appropriating by having my hair locked. When in actual fact, you are conflating Rastafarianism with dreadlocks, and those two things are like have actually very, very little, if anything, to do with each other. Gary's comment was rude to you, and it was rude to me, and I have one strike rule with people. So if with people, if somebody, whether they're new or like Gary had been around for 2 years now, when somebody makes a comment, if somebody writes a comment that I think is like over the line, then that's it, one strike and you're out. But saying white lady in dreads is crazy, that's just up for conversation. But what Gary wrote was, he really undermines me and everyone else who's here. So I don't want to repeat what he said, but that's enough. Goodbye. That's not who I'm here for. What did he say? What did he say? He said this was a new all-time low, Sasha, or whatever your name is today, referring to me speaking to children in the chat. And before that comment, the other comment he wrote was, why are all these children in the chat? I think that's what he wrote, not the kids. A kid is a baby goat, isn't it? I always say these things to myself. Can we hear a love puff? Is that fried egg XB Bill? I'm guessing a love puff is... What is a love puff? If you're going to come back, Gary. If you're going to come back, Gary. Are you into music, Candy Corn? Yeah, what is it? Everybody wants to know what's a love puff. Can we hear it? I'm thinking it's a guff. A hazaga. That's about the only Arabic that I know. Hazag, a fart, in Arabic is hazag, but if you're female, it's hazaga. That's about all I know. A fart is this ASMR. I'm not going to stay forever, but should we get to the hour? So the thing that we've got going on here is Gracie, G-R-A-R-E-R, no, it's so, okay, yes. We were talking about the possibility of doing like a teen, agony, teen, anti-Shazvi hour once a week, possibly on a Saturday, but not necessarily exclusively, just call you Grace, that would be easier. With prior notice. So at the moment the agreement is for around about 9 PM on a Saturday, but I can always just post and say whether I am or I'm not, or you can post and be like, oh, can we do a thingy tonight? Because you found it helpful that I gave you some advices and reflections on drugs, especially with smoking in particular. And someone asked you before to bark like a dog, which I think is a boff. Did somebody ask me to bark? A brand of flavoured vitamin-infused oral sprays designed for nutritional supplementation and a line of fashion. Okay, you guys are really confusing me. I don't see anyone asking me to do that. Hillbilly, oh, was it Hillbilly John? Probably. Message retracted. And, hang on. But the person who said, oh no, they're still here. Okay, let's go back to this Roblox thing. Roblox, different numbers in the age group. 10 to 9, 30. How is 10 to 9 an age? 13 to 16, 18. That's very... Roblox, different numbers in the age group. So what made you ask me if I play Roblox? Was because the first thing I thought when I got asked that question is about what I've heard about predators using it. And I wondered whether that was why you asked me. I mean, ideally you would ask me because it's a game that you like playing, and so you want to know if I play it. And then worst case scenario is you're asking me about Roblox because you're worried that it's full of predators or you've encountered predators on there. And maybe you've reported people and then the site is not taking any action, which is just infuriating. But if Roblox is not safe, without infringing on any copyright, wouldn't an alternative Roblox be quite easy to build the code for, to write the code for a Roblox that was like age verified and everything, and was like you had to be under 18 to play, maybe. I mean, I'm not saying you could build the whole site necessarily, no, but it looks like a really kind of quite a straightforward, simple game. And so basically, you know, if it's like, it's a bit like, I suppose, like clubs and places, or just anywhere, like, you know, people like to go to certain places because they like the other people who go there, even if they don't know them, the vibe. And then, you know, and likewise, when a place doesn't have good people going, you know, so it's like if Roblox has kind of been taken over by these, don't know what to call them, people, dangerous people, then it becomes a bit unusable. And I suppose it's not the only website that has similar problems, but I've just heard that it's particularly bad. And maybe that has to do with being able to private message. But because I don't play Roblox, I don't really know what's going on, and I don't understand the age group thing. I suppose. So I don't know if my comments have been helpful, but I've also missed a whole load of yours. That's not true, kids play. That's what a love puff is? A brand of flavoured vitamin. No, I must try. Not true, kids play a lot. I mean, habit forming. That's what I mean about the habits that you want to form. Like, I would say, you know, definitely think about just the first hour of the day, and then an hour in the evening of kind of set aside for something very selfish in a way. Like, so you're not interacting with other people necessarily, but you're just doing your thing. You do your exercise, or you do your meditations, or your prayers, or however it is that you want to do, and just purposely, so that you can build it. It doesn't have to be an hour. Like, it seems like an awfully long time to be exercising or whatever it is that you're doing. Like, just because those are things that with daily practice, the gentle exercise, whether it's strength or flexibility, or just getting your blood moving and fresh air and things, like, those are the kind of things that if you build that into your day now at your age, and you do that every day, even just like 20 minutes, like, over time, that will stand you really well. And then, you know, you can afford to play a bit of extra time online, or watch a bit more videos, because you've had that 20 minutes of exercise in the morning. I'm not talking about doing crazy exercises. There's tons of things you can do. But me time, you know, it's set aside for you, so that even if you only got time for 10 minutes in the morning, you can go through all, you know, you can go through all the planes of motion, like for stretching and whatnot. That's your time. And do it outside, even better if you can, and then try to do it within the first hour that you're awake. And again in the evening, set some time intentionally aside for you to do something for at least 20 minutes, let's say, for a good 20 minutes, that, knowing that if you do that consistently, that over time it will really serve you. And that, you know, it's almost like just a commitment to 20 minutes in the morning and the evening. Now, obviously, the best teachers of this kind are ones who already do and practice those things themselves. And I don't necessarily like have an example from my own life to say, this is what I do with that 20 minutes, and this is what I do with that hour. It's only since I became a mum, and now my daughter is 11, and as I said, she doesn't live with me, unfortunately. But that's what I would be doing with her. Not wait until she's 14. Like, now we do these things, you know, we do this for 20 minutes in the morning, that's exercise based, or it could also you know, be like more relaxation based. Trying to bring them all together, the breath work, the focus, and the movement and the breathing, in such a way that just that 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes sometime in the evening is a commitment that is just going to be so strengthening for you as time goes on, in my opinion. I feel like they've made everything bad. Delete the game. Is it that? That's awful. And this has been going on for so long because, like I said, that little girl told me, she told me in 2020 that there was a problem with the game. So it's really tricky because it's like, you know, and my generation of parents is a little bit sleepy as well. Do you know what I mean? So wake up, mum and dad. Yeah, delete it. Well, hopefully someone will make a new and a better one. So there's two different ways, different people. Type up adopt me, it will come up with something. Have to leave. Okay. You do indeed have to go to your brother's rugby game, even though 10 p.m. is a strange time to play rugby, but I hope they have a good one. It's alright, you can go ahead, Gracie. And listen as well, like if I was to go live next Saturday at 9 and you weren't here, don't worry. Like, as in, I want you to be here, but it's like, it's my responsibility, not yours, okay? And also don't forget, you can say something, you can write a thing and say, go live now, or can you go live now? Will you? Adopt me is raise your pets. Adopt your perfect pal, whether a cat, dog, dragon person. To adopt me, characters wearing pizza restaurant outfits. Roblox game. Rachel says hut for hi, I hope. It's okay, I don't want to, she doesn't want to go downstairs. Hi, you okay? Yes, Rachel, I'm good, thank you. We were just talking about habits and dangers of Roblox and going live and things like that. And you're all really sweet for being here. Because like my English teacher said that she didn't feel that she could have a pencil case that said I heart children. I do heart children. So, and I don't see very many, well, I do see loads. I think you're amazing. Like, I think as well, like just as I think like 20-year-olds are amazing, and especially as someone that got over 40 now, like, but I also think, all ages of children are amazing, but something, like, what I'm trying to say is, compared to how many years ago was I 20? Well, I was 20, 25 years ago, so I just think, like, I wasn't very confident at all at sort of 15, and I mean, like, you know, I probably had like a diagnosable mental health problem, unfortunately, at the time, that was actually physically based and nothing to do with serotonin, by the way, but trauma informed. But anyway, no, I was really low in confidence. And what I mean to say is, when I look at children now, like, you seem really confident and bright, and you have loads going for you. And so anyway, I don't know why anyone would not feel that way about young people. Like, you're all amazing. So I'm happy. That's why I banned Gary, like, even after 2 years, for that awful comment. Because I really don't have any problem, like, chatting with children. Like, if I'm here to, like, help, or funny games adopt me. Is that not, so that's a game online. Oh, are you okay, Rachel? 45, I look 20. Maybe. Alright, we're nearly at 10 p.m. and I've also been doing this for an hour, although I got thrown out for a minute there as well. By the way, I didn't say anything to your comment because I didn't know what to say about looking 20, but I'm going to go and write me loads of comments on my community page or my post page, whatever. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And then we'll stay in the loop then, because As you can see, I don't always like stay focused on a point very well, or like always have all the right words. So let's see if this even make any sense. Okay, all right, good. What? K is Spanish, is for what, isn't it? KK meaning what. All right, good. So that means I'm going to go. You guys are going to go, I suppose. Oh, and the takeaway, one of the main takeaways from this is journaling. Journaling. So just literally 3 minutes now. Grab a pen. Grab your book, like your school book type book, notepad book, specifically for writing. What were you watching? What did you read? What do you remember? What were the takeaway things? What do you want to learn more about? Just about online. Otherwise, you're not going to retain even half of what you're doing and where you are on the internet. So it's not like you have to write loads of everything. Just whatever it is that you need to keep a track of. All right? And thank you, Gracie. You too. Have a great night. And if you're really worried about Roblox, I honestly would delete the game. I really would, and I would tell one of your parents about it, and you would write it in your diary as well. I am deleting Roblox because, and then if you haven't got all the words for it, then you just draw like a doodle that represents that thing, you know. And if you're ever struggling to speak, whether it's like to someone or about a thing, the breathing. Okay, because breathing is like pretty much autonomous. Is that right? It means like if you hold your breath, it will just happen on its own accord. So that's basically fundamentally all that you need. If you're struggling to talk to a person or about a thing, just come back to the breath, like breathe first, and then you can start, and it will be a lot easier. Oh, we have someone new here just as we're going. Noah says, it's my girlfriend's birthday, so I forgot to wish her. As a punishment, she dressed me up as a girl and made me walk around like that. Okay, Noah, well, I believe you. Also, was Rosie said it was her birthday. That's right, isn't it? And she got a shout out and she subbed. Right, everybody, thank you for being here, because this is 100% what I wanted tonight. I didn't really want to eat on my own, and I wanted to chat to people, and I've really enjoyed it. And you've been lovely, and have a really nice weekend, and I'll see you later.